Hello everyone, my name is Sunny. I'm with cmh3studio and today is another codoozer tutorial. This one is about adding AdMob and the ability to put your banner and interstitial AdMob units on your codoozer app. So let's get started. Alright, the first thing you need to know is that you will have to have a Google account, like a Gmail account, in order to access AdMob, to even have AdMob added to your apps. But in today's tutorial, we're going to go over the info needed from the AdMob website, the app ID, and the Android app ID and the Android unit ID, since we are building an Android app. The different formats I'm going to add, the different ad formats I'm going to add are the banner and interstitial. There's also rewarded and some others, but in this video, they're pretty much all the same once you start adding ad units to add them to your app. You just set them up and go through each one at a time, and you get an ad unit for each format as we go. The demo app I'm going to use is that hurricane and weather app where I've added a banner ad and an interstitial ad. And if you don't know the difference between the two, the banner ad is the one that appears right here, like either at the bottom or the top. It's kind of like this, it's a rectangular shape. It runs all the time on the screen. And that's what the banner ad looks like. And the interstitial that I added is the one that plays after you click on a button, and it pops up and it covers the entire screen. This is an interstitial ad, and once you're done with it, it goes on to whatever go-to view you had already instructed on the app. So that's what an interstitial ad is, and the other one was the banner ad. Alright, so let's go further. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to add an app to my AdMob account. So you have to have an AdMob account to start with, and here's the link address if you already have your Gmail account, and you can go into AdMobs and create your account. You have to do some preliminary information gathering. You have to put your name, your company name, and address, and other type of info. I'm not going to go over that part because this is really just about adding the ad units, or the app ID and the ad units to your application. So step one, you need to get your app ID by clicking Add App. So let's go to AdMob. So you would come here and you would click Add App right there. And it's going to ask you, is your app already published on the Google Play Store? And if you haven't already published it to Google Play, you would answer no. And if you have already published to Google Play, you would answer yes. You would just type in the name of the app on Google Play, and it will find it, and then you can hook that into your app. But in this demo, I'm going to say that we haven't published already, and so I'll click on no, and then we can type in our own name of the app. And we can do that right here. And so this is what it's going to show up on Google Play. So if you've already named it, this will have to be the exact name of that app information. Right, so you'll type in the name, and you'll click Android, and then you'll click Add. Enter the app name as it would appear on Google Play. Because this is an Android app, you want to make sure you click Android. If you're doing an iOS app, which codoozer will do later, but not at this particular moment. This is August 9th, 2020. So you just have to click on Android to add the ad. So we'll click on Android, we'll say Add, and here's the first bit of information that you need. This is your app ID. And so what I usually do if I just want to copy and keep things safe, I can click on here. This is the copy feature, and you can put your app ID right there. So you just copy and then copy the app ID either to a notepad or to an Excel file for safekeeping. And then the next step we're going to do is create add unit. So you're going to need two things. You're going to need the app ID and the add unit ID. So we'll create add unit. And so you'll see a screen like this. It'll have the name that you gave up there. You can either select banner or interstitial. In the first step, I'm going to click on banner so you see what that looks like. So create the desired add unit. And then after that, you can repeat these steps over. So we'll go through the banner one, and then you can come back through and go through the interstitial one next. And so what the best thing to do is name these where you can easily identify them. Whenever we go back to AdMob, it'll have the name of the banner like this. So you want to know that, what is this banner ad revenue compared to a different banner ad on another app? Well, the best way is to give the ad unit name, the name of the app that you're doing, plus like a keyword like banner. And this is pretty straightforward. You just enter the information and click add unit. And then you'll get the app's add unit ID. And so we're going to save that too. Add unit banner. Something like that, so keep a record of what these are. Keep them. I don't think they're. You can always go back to AdMob and get these later, but I just do it like that so I can have them, so I can copy and paste them later. So once you're done with the banner ad, you just put in the name. You just click this add unit. Give the unit name, something that says the name of the app plus the unit type. Click create add unit. And then you get the result screen just like we see here. You'll copy this value. That's your add unit for banner. I'm going to click create another unit because I'm going to do one for interstitial. This time I'm going to select interstitial. Something like that. Same thing. You get the result here. Drop that in your Excel or Notepad, whatever you want to do. Save that off. There's the result. Copy, put it in your Notepad, and done. Alright, so as you can see, we are now back at the main screen. And like I said, you could always come back to this by clicking on the apps, going to whatever app you're working on, and getting those values back. You can just click copy there, and it'll actually copy the unit information again. So now how does this fit in the codoozer app? Let's show you. First thing you gotta do is you gotta be on the app screen down here. And so what we'll do is we'll just erase all this and we'll start over. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is click on monetization. Then you want to click ads, networks, AdMob. And this is where we put in our AdMob ID. just like that. Monetization, ads, networks, AdMob, app ID. Boom. Here's a little bit of a same path right there. I'll come back to Android test device in a minute. We will set this up. You want to do that initially. When you're ready to publish to Google Play, you would just simply take this off later. But then the next thing you do is placements. And this is the ID of that placement. So what you want to do is you want to name this something that makes sense to you, because you're going to use it later on another page of the app. But the unit ID will come from the one you saved for which format you had chosen. So I'm just going to call it main banner. I'm going to get my banner, add unit ID. This is a banner. And the network is AdMob. And I will do this again. Maybe I'll call this one main interstitial. Go get this guy. It's an interstitial. It's AdMob. Alright. So far so good, right? I mean, we're just taking the values that we got from AdMob for the app ID and for the units, banner unit, interstitial unit, and we're just putting them all right here on the app screen. Just like so. Alright, so these are all on the app screen, which is fine. They can stay right there. They'll be happy there. And now we can go into our main view where we can add our banner. So I'll take this off and show you how to add banner. Just click on your add button, banner, right there. And this is where you use the ID that you had given on the app screen. This is why it's important that you name them something you can easily identify. So this banner ad will now show up. You can put it at the top or the bottom, wherever you want. It defaults to the bottom, but if you put it at the top, I'm sure it will. If that's where you want it, you can put it right up there. I may have something out of kilter with these groups. But normally you can get that positioned at different places, but I usually put it at the bottom. And so what that looks like on here, one second. I'm using Visor, which is on my personal cell phone. I had to re-enter my PIN, so sorry about that. So if I scroll down, you can see that this is where the banner ad would appear, down at the bottom. And that's where it is right here. And then on the interstitial, the way that works is, so you'll have like a icon or a link, something that's going to take it to the next page. That could be text, that could be an image, that could be anything that goes to another page. So like this icon right here goes to this ERIS page. And so what you want to do there is you're going to add this function, interstitial. You're going to use the ID from the app screen. And then, hold on. I think I got something wrong here. I don't think that's supposed to be there. So let's just delete that and start over. So let's go to let's see. not going to be banner, it's going to be interstitial. That's what it is. So when they on-click, where did this come from? I'm just clicking all over the place. Interstitial is what I'm looking for. There it is. Alright, interstitial, it's going to go to the, ask you which placement. You're going to click the main interstitial placement. And then on the view, you can actually leave this blank. This is what I was expecting to see. Something like this, interstitial, and then the placement is, yeah, it looks like this, interstitial, and then there's the view next. Oh, view next is what I took a screenshot of, this is this guy right here, sorry. I had that called view next instead of that. It's no big problem. Go back over here and just fix that to view next. Here we go. Now that matches my PowerPoint. And when the user clicks on here, it's going to remember codoozer puts things in order. So the top one is going to happen first, play the interstitial. The next thing that will happen is it will go to the screen that I had said. So again, click on there, plays the interstitial, and then goes on to the screen I told it to go to. Alright, so far so good. Alright, so let's go talk about, when you first set this up, that you want to set this up with a test device. Probably the same device you're using to do your normal prototyping. So what you do there is you want to go to like your main view or whatever, and you want to add a type text and use this source right here, this at app.admob_device_id. So let me show you where I put that. So I usually, once I'm done with it, I just hide it so you don't see it anymore. But just for the purpose of showing you guys, I'll enable the visibility. So it's text, source is at app.admob_device_id. So you'll have to put this on there, run your what are you going to call it? You want to run your prototype first. You may do this before you build any of the other banner links and interstitial parts. I mean, it might be a good idea to start here. Just go in here. This is after you've set up your Admob account and all your ad unit IDs. Go ahead and build this test device to get the device ID, because I'll show you what's going to go on there. Once you get that device ID, you can enter that back on app under Admob. So what that would look like is back over here under Admob, you would say, this is my test device ID, and it's going to be a series of numbers and letters, whatever it is that comes from the initial prototyping that you did with this feature, this part right here. Run this part first, get the number, come back, place it in here, then you're good to go forward. And what that'll do is that'll keep the ads in test mode right here. You'll see this test ad right there, and you'll even see it on the interstitial. You'll see the test ad right there. And that's my phone playing this ad. There, go away. But you can add that anyway. You can put it on any link, any text link, anything like that. But it's important that you test first. That way you know it's all working and everything before you are done. So this is just that same information. Once you get the test ID, go ahead and place it right here under Android test device. And you'll keep that on there until you're done testing, and then remove it whenever you're ready to publish to Google Play. Alright, that is today's video. So again, back over here, once you're done testing, you just plop that out, and then you can download your APK and put that on Google Play. So things I just want to remind you of, you can go to YouTube and type in codoozer, just like this, and it'll bring back anyone else who's got this topic or tag in their information. Again, I encourage you to check out this guy, the DIY Entrepreneur. He is the co-founder, developer, the entrepreneur himself of the codoozer product, and he's a great individual and a big help to me. So if you're looking for help on how to get started, definitely check out his YouTube page. And then on Library, you can do the same. You can type in codoozer, and you can also check out any tutorials that I've done there as well. And don't forget to go to the codoozer website himself. They have what's going on now is they have the purchase. Their beta is, I don't know when their beta is going to end, but if you purchase the Dojo coins during beta, it's like $1 a coin, and in the future these may be $12 a coin. So you're going to save 90% if you buy your Dojo coins now. And why would you buy them? Because you're going to want to develop in the future, right? And develop using codoozer won't be free like it kind of is right now, right? It's basically you can build your apps and publish to Google Play, and that's great, but they're not going to be in beta forever. And so to build in the future, you're going to have Dojo coins for every app that you want to build. So I mean, what's cheaper than $1? I don't know. You can go get a pop at McDonald's for $1, but is that the same thing as building an entire mobile application using no coding, no programming to get it done? That's what codoozer can do for you, and I encourage you to go check it out. I have already purchased. I am locking in my future development at 90% off right now, and I'm encouraging you to take a look at the same. Alright, well, that's today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, if you like the channel, please click the subscribe button. Let's see if I can find my stuff right here. Yeah, click subscribe, click the notification button. If you like the videos, click like, and then on Library you can go to any of the actual contents. You can click follow, you can click support. All these things help the channel move forward, so anything you can do would be appreciated. You guys have a great day. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch us to the end of the video. Please stay tuned for more in the future, and happy programming, non-programming, happy codoozering.